Hello, happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Oh God. Hello, everyone in the chat. I know y'all been in there saying all of y'all good mornings and how do's and happy week ahead. Welcome to the commentary zone, noontime edition. Um, Today on the docket we have Shahs of Sunset, season 9, episode 11, Shenanigans. Um, I guess that's what it's supposed to be. When I was typing this out, I really thought I was writing it wrong. I don't know if I
hmm
did. Forgive me. It was late. It was late. Oh my God. All right. So as you enter the room, guys, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. I'm doing it right now. If you haven't already, please subscribe. What are you waiting for? Hit the notification bell. Tell a friend. Hi to everybody on the replay crew. And I think that's it. Oh, follow us on Twitter, and you can see us simulcast on Twitter and Twitch live. And follow us on IG. Jamal, do you want to say hi to everybody in the chitty chat
Yes, give me
while I
one
pull up my
moment.
notes?
No problem.
Uh,
I see Susan, Steven Crisco is here, Black Lavender, and hey GTA, welcome.
cool. Okay, so let's dig right on into this episode. I didn't know how to feel. Like, for me, it didn't really pick up till they got to the cabin.
Right, okay, so it wasn't just me. I thought this was a little slow. Um, I kind of felt they really didn't need the first half of the show. They could just gave me the cabin scene and we'd have
Well,
been good to go.
the bus ride wasn't bad neither, especially when Layla jammed the brakes when they was getting ready to fight to tell them bitches in the back, shut up.
Good call by her.
Mm-hmm.
Good call by her.
But yeah, the beginning of the episode could care less. Um, but when they got to the cabin, I suddenly perked up. Shervin started cooking some lamb. I was down for it. And the cabin was kind of interesting. Like, good call, because I really thought they were staying in the
hmm
bushes. You know how Gigi roll.
Yes, cabin. That was like some, but the only thing, well, that was like there's some cabin in the woods type stuff for me, man. I will say that.
And they got
Like,
there at night and it was kind of spooky. I don't know. Yeah. I liked everyone's reactions. It was kind of cool. I
it
can't wait
was.
to see what she has in store for them.
Yes, the way Gigi came across, like I want to see her do some shaman type stuff. If I'm being completely honest, like some stuff like
Mm.
that. Like if you go into the woods and you talking about spirits and stuff, I'm gonna need to see something spiritual. You just cannot take them all the way up there to sit around a fire and talk about their feelings. No, that's not gonna work for me.
Yeah. Well, Nima already thinks the place is haunted, right? Because he's reading the welcome note from the guests again, and he's kind of scaredy cat, thinking something gonna happen. Um, anyway, let's go character by character. Who do you want to start with first?
Let's let's start with Nima. Get him out the way.
Okay. I
He ain't
like
did nothing.
Nima. No, I like Nima. I
No, I
have
do.
patience for Nima, him and his chiclet teeth. However, I'm not down for the flirting with Destiny and ew.
It was weird. To me, it was weird.
Who was
It
it
just
that was
wasn't natural.
commenting on it? Was it Mike?
Mike, it was Mike.
Yeah, I was in agreement with Mike, like
I agree.
awkward.
Yeah, it just seemed odd.
And then the one thing I did agree with him was, okay, when I'm having sex, like 10, 12 minutes, okay. He's being realistic. And I think that's the problem we have with Nima, because he is not the outlandish Persian who is like big talk and everything. He's just being realistic. And that's why he doesn't mesh with these fools, because they all big up themselves and they're all slightly fraudulent. Um, like Mike saying, I'm breaking backs like 30, 40 minutes. Boy, are you a F machine? that you plug into the wall, Breaking Bad. Shut up, Mike. You fat
Right.
and old and in 40s and like you ain't breaking nobody
No,
back
but he
but your
said he no he
own.
said but he said when he was younger. That's what he said.
Right, but still, I don't think he was doing that when he was younger neither. I always look at Mike as like a sometimes premature ejaculator. I'm sorry.
Oof.
I think he's all bark and no bite.
Oof.
Because
Ouch.
let's face it, from the time this show began, they was talking about his duel. And honestly, like if you got to talk about it that much, either him or other people, I'm really thinking there's nothing quite there.
No, but he was in Playgirl though, and they don't let anyone just anyone into that magazine. So I'm
Was
not
he
going to go
showing
that
the
far.
goods, or was
Yes.
he like Burt Reynolds and
No, they
coverage?
said no. From what I understand, he was showing everything, and then even his mom was like, "Okay." So
I
yeah.
don't care. You could have like the Mandingo schlong, and if you don't know what to do with it, I'm sorry. And I agree with Nima. Like you coming at me 30 to 40 minutes jackhammering into me, that's a bad case of friction. And I'm gonna be like, boy, if you don't get off of me, if you can go at it and know the right angles and get me going, okay. But if you just there going brum, 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 and a brush fire is starting below, I'm sorry. It's not happening.
Friction, splitting steel, busting the flames.
That's
That's
right.
but Nima Crab,
Oh,
so if you're doing that, then she's probably icing her vagina and never calling you again.
exactly.
That was hilarious.
Give me a sweet 10, 12 minutes hitting the right spots over somebody just wasting my damn time for 30 to 40 freaking minutes that I'll never get back in my limited life. Sorry. Okay, what are we saying in the chat?
Everyone's
Okay.
laughing.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry, y'all. It's Monday. It's not too. Oh, thanks, Christoph. Thanks for joining us. That house was hella creepy. Oh Lord, Trey. Yes, it was. Yes, Gigi was keeping it real with resin. We're gonna get to that because that was one of the better conversations of the whole episode. Even though I felt like both of them were high. Just me.
Well, well, Gigi, yes.
No, Reza was high too. And I was wondering if it was just weed or something else.
I'm not gonna say that.
Well, that's what he was
I
doing.
want, I wondered, but
That's what he was doing.
I mean
Just
that's the word. That's the
saying.
word on the curve from what from what I've gathered and from what I've read. So
Well, it wouldn't be surprising considering their location.
true.
Hey, Jim. Okay, so, all right. Mikey's duel is his biggest success to date, of course. Oh, Trey. Oh my God. All right. So, anything else with Nima and his chicklets?
No, I think Neem was good.
Okay. All right. Nima was being realistic. Yeah. Yeah. And tell me, Debbie and I have similar humor. Oh, hi, Nisi. No woman wants to go. Right, Ryan. No woman wants to go for 40 minutes. And if it takes that long, he ain't doing it right. I'm sorry. He just like misfiring. He not hitting the sweet spot. He probably like trying to bust through your tank to get to your anus. Like I don't know what's going on down there. He need
Mm,
directions.
well, I mean, hey, that's up to his partner to do that. Sorry.
Let me tell you, I'm one of those people that you'll be there jackhammering, and I'd purposely say, "Did you start yet?" Hurt your feelings.
Yeah, I can see you doing some mess like that too. You are one of
I've
those
done
people.
it. It instantly shrivels the man. It really does. And then you get the hell up off of me. Okay, so who's next?
Who's
Morning, crazy
next?
cat mama.
Let's do Destiny because she ain't did nothing either.
She really wasn't in this episode, and I think that's why it was semi-bearable for me.
Oh,
Like when she
No,
wasn't saying nothing. Like, she didn't start talking till she was flirting with Nima, and then I just like started playing a game.
that is true. Destiny was not featured in this episode. Maybe they given her a break.
Yeah, they showed her packing. They showed her on the bus, but she ain't really say nothing. And then we got to the cabin, and she was sitting down on the couch with Nima. It was a great showing for Destiny.
Hey, like she was like it's amazing. You can just show up to the scene and get paid
Mm-hmm.
because that's all she really did. If you think about it, she really was integral to this episode.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was a kind edit for us.
Hmm. True. Because Destiny does
the
nothing for me though. That's just what it is.
Oh my god, the less Destiny, the better. True, true,
It's
true.
true. Because when I see
Mm,
Destiny, she just makes me long for Lily and long for Sarah, the chick from last season.
mhm,
I'm
mhm,
like, there's just nothing really interesting about her this season. I
mhm.
mean, I mean, Paulina was supposed to be her big storyline, and that's not. It's not been too much of that. So why are you there?
Mhm. Oh Lord,
Oh,
Nisi, we interrupted Nisi cleaning. Oh Lord.
oh, sorry, Nisi. I think Destiny was just to be Reza's sidekick for this season
Yeah,
since he didn't have MJ.
yeah, because he always needs a personal suppository from the cast.
Yeah, somebody.
All right, so we're done with her, right? Who's
Yeah.
next? Who's next?
Let's do Reza because he here's the thing. I've always liked Reza for the most part, but for me, it seems like over the years he's become defensive, bitter, which makes him even more messier in not a good way.
Mm-hmm. I
And go ahead.
I think the reason why, though, there's like a self-confidence, um, ego issue going on with him, and that is the reason for the turnaround in his personality. He's
I can
not
go with
genuine anymore.
right. And then what's interesting on the bus he got into was London. Yes, London was talking forever. I'm sorry. Like I'd be like, London, boo boo cans. But see, after a certain while, I'm the type of person like when you talking just way too much, and multiple people are saying, I'm just going to keep talking and cut you off until you stop talking. So it'll be the two of us talking until you stop talking because she was talking too much. But he didn't have to come at her like that. I'm not a fan of men um
That was aggressive.
doing doing that. And I'm gonna say this, and it may not be a popular opinion, but more effeminate gay men, keyword, you are men, you are not female adjacent. Stop it. You don't get to approach women that way because you're going to approach the wrong woman that way, and she's going to give you what you're asking for. And London clapped back. MJ needs to sit down because she's like, "Oh, you don't come for res." I'm like, "Baby, come up here. Go to New York. Go to Atlanta with that BS and see what would happen to Reza." I'm sorry, Reza would get ate up in those situations, and that's just the truth.
Mhm.
He's not. No, Reza's nothing to be scared of. Just because your punk behind um is scared of him because you're trying to keep your spot on the show. Let's call thing a thing. If Reza's not on that show, MJ not gonna be on that show.
That's
And
true.
so yeah, you better keep that paycheck in mind. But I'm gonna need you to sit down and shut up with that. Yeah, no, anyone can come for Reza anytime, and I'm here for it.
Mm, okay. What do I have to say about Reza? I didn't like the bus ride for him. I really didn't. But with the campfire scene with him and Gigi, I like how Gigi came to him one on one and addressed how he went at London on the bus. And then she also had a real heart to heart conversation with him regarding um their new relationship. And she called a spade a spade. If you could
Hmm.
go that hard at your best friend of several decades, what's to make me think that you won't disregard our new relationship of a year? And I appreciate her for that. I think the weed gives her clarity.
I think so. Because she was right. She was absolutely right.
She was.
I don't trust people who go at their long term friends like that. I just
Mm-hmm.
don't. Mm-mm. Because that came from somewhere. It didn't come out of nowhere, and you said it pointedly. So it wasn't like something you just made up or something you just said on top of your head. No, that's been there for a minute. So yeah, no, not here for it. Mm-mm.
Okay. I didn't notice that. Did you notice? Look what Ryan is saying. Did anyone notice MJ wasn't wearing her wedding ring in her confessional when she was wearing the superstar T-shirt? Huh.
No, I didn't notice that.
Well, maybe she like they do their confessionals in their house, right?
Yeah, I think they do sometimes. I think they do for some reason.
Yeah, with just like a green screen behind them. So yeah, maybe she just left it on the dresser or something. I don't know, but that's an interesting note. Have a great day, Alex, Indiana. Hi. Guess we watched 2 minutes of Shah. Girl, a Blavi.
Not the two, not the 2 minutes.
minutes. Well, she's back to good old Ablavi. Oh gosh. All right. So I didn't really have anything much for Reza. Um
Mm-mm.
yeah, no, his scene with Adam, I didn't care.
No, I
And that's
never
about
care for
it.
those scenes because I don't really care for Adam.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing. Here's where I struggle. In the previous scene, y'all were talking about like, I don't feel comfortable dropping the restraining or this and that. Then the next scene, you come out, oh, I'm completely like okay with your like what? No,
Somebody
no, no, no,
told him to go and take a look at the checks that are received and to reverse your decision. That's all. It's the Adam effect. Oh, Lord. Steven. Oh my God. Okay, so we're done with Reza. Who next?
let's do MJ.
Um, why is she sending out booby pictures to the boys in the group when she
That
mad at Tommy?
that was hilarious. When I get mad time, I just show pictures of my boobs. I was
And
crying when she said that, like it was
and
a
then
normal
me,
thing.
yeah, and then Nema's telling Destiny, you could always tell when she's having problems. The booby pictures come out. What?
Oh, oh, so this is not a first time thing. That's what struck me the most. This was not struck.
Yes. I was like, ew, and more ew, and what? Like, I don't send booby pictures to my friend, like my male friends or my female friends. Like, what the hell, MJ? That's not cute. And just because he told you why you can't get your ass out the house quicker, you gonna send titty pictures to your friends? Uh,
And then she got mad at Nima because he didn't say her boobs didn't look good. I was like, there's a bigger problem here than him saying your boobs don't look nice. I'm going to need you to acknowledge that.
but why are you demanding somebody to say that your cow udders look good? Stop. Was she drunk? Because I know she ain't had on the underwear. You saw that massive wedge
Yeah,
jumpsuit she had on. Lord. Ugh, gross. I would hate to smell her luggage. That just went through my mind. God damn. Um, I feel MJ wants out of the marriage. I think
but
Tommy would take everything plus that kid just to hurt her. He seems very vindictive.
but she was so happy to be with a white man instead of a Persian man. Blah 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 blah. Interesting how the tables have turned.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you don't say. That's why you don't go around saying shit like that. Just saying.
Yeah. And she tells Tommy um about Reza saying he would drop the restraining order. Tommy makes a point. He's like, I don't care. They could drop it, they could keep it. I don't care. But what they have to understand is that there are consequences to your actions. I
Hmm.
took my consequences. I had to go to jail. I had to do anger management, whatever the things were that he would had to do because of his actions. So these are the things that he can control. Access to his child. I was
True,
like,
but if he's going to run around here and hold people accountable, first of all,
mm-hmm,
let's go back. I always say this: when you see a problem issue, you have to go back to the root. You just can't go to the middle. And the root of the issue was number one.
mm-hmm,
Reza was out of pocket with what he said. Now, did
mm-hmm,
she deny it? No. But should he have aired it? No. That's 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 pretty much the main catalyst of the start. Number two, MJ went home knowing who her husband is and hyped him up. She was
mm-hmm,
like, go baby, yeah, defend your wife, defend your family. This isn't right, hyping him up. So him being who he is, he did the first. He went on his first instinct and went over and like messed with some flower pots and stuff. And then you going to threaten people on camera, which is not bright. Sorry, it's not the best thing to do.
mm-hmm,
So, and then based on his actions, he got the sentence that he got. So
mm-hmm,
when you look at everything, you can't just blame this on Reza. MJ bears quite a bit of the responsibility as well, and I think people need to stop forgetting about that. And
mm-hmm.
that's pretty much my point. Like she did that, but he's not holding her accountable because
Well, do you think, okay, I agree with you that he needs to bring up what was done to her by her friend, right? But
hmm
I think he's done it before. And now that she's actually talking with Rosa again and saying she wants to rebuild this friendship, well, okay, girl, that's on you. You're willing to forget what happened to you. Well, I'm not willing to forget that I took the brunt of the punishment for what happened to you.
right, but he's not holding her accountable for that though.
Um,
That's an issue. He's
isn't
not holding her.
isn't he though? Because he's
Nope.
not agreeing with her on
No,
on anything.
holding her accountable would be like, you know what? Had you not come home and said X, Y, and Z, it wouldn't have triggered me to do what I did. That's holding her accountable. He needs to say it. He needs to say
Mm,
it flat out. Like, had you not done this, this would not have happened. And I think it's true.
he didn't
I
say
think
it before though, like last
no.
season. He didn't say
Mm-mm,
anything.
mm-mm,
Oh boy. Okay, major faux
mm-mm.
pas. Major faux pas.
Yeah, he needs to tell her like, had you not come home the way you came home, and the way she, like, the way, yes, it was like a huge blow up, but the she put a lot more on it than needed. All had she just gone home and said, you know what, baby, I'm upset. Rather than blasting my uterus issues in front of everybody, and then he posted it online. Those two things are the of why he did what he did. But um, had she just come home and just been a little bit more calm, he wouldn't have been so hyped up because he's kind of emotional anyway. I think he's like, you know what, he was wrong. Um, Let me go talk to him. And then there's another issue is that he didn't even show up for the birth of the child. So that's another key point we have to take into account that he just didn't show up. I don't care if we're fighting. I don't care. I could hate you at this point. But if you're my friend of 30 years, there is no way I'm missing the birth. Even if you don't allow me in if you don't allow me in the area where the family and friends can watch or whatever, I'm going to be either in the waiting room or outside the hospital waiting to see if you're okay. And that's another thing that probably Tommy's feeling like, why do you want to see a baby now that you couldn't be there for the birth? And if he's thinking along those lines, I'm with him on that. I completely agree with him.
Or even if you couldn't get to the birth, right? Because maybe she delivered quick. It wasn't like a protracted. Because wait a minute, does she have a cesarean? And the
I
blood,
yeah,
the blood loss was because of that, or was it vaginal and blood loss from that?
I was pretty sure it was a cesarean. Give me 2 moments.
Because either way, right? She had an episode afterwards where she
Yes.
went into like critical condition, blood loss, and something else. And she had a surgery to fix that. So it was touch and go there after the birth. And he didn't even go then. Because you could say in your head, okay, the baby is new. I don't know the baby, but that's my 30-year friend. And
Right.
she's in desperate situation. But he didn't
Here-
go because he
Right.
was worrying about Adam and naked Jenga.
Right. Here's what it is. Okay, so she says during my delivery, I lost 2/3 of my body's blood supply, requiring
Mhm.
19 units of blood during the surgery. That was intubated and placed in ICU from having significant fluid in my lungs after my C-section. Yeah.
Yikes.
See, that's the thing. I'm gonna be there for like that long of friendship. You show up. I agree with MJ and Tommy on that. You show up because even
Mhm.
Tommy was offended that Reza wasn't there. Like even though they were having their issues or whatever, Tommy really expected Reza to be there for her, and he wasn't.
Mhm. Oh, I lost my notes. Hold on. It, neither party and spouses are handling this properly. Maybe they can go to like some sort of counseling or something to help mediate the situation and let
Mm-hmm.
everybody make the apologies that they need to make to the parties that they need to make it to. I don't know. Maybe that can help speed up this mess because without MJ and Reza, there is no show. Y'all need a paycheck, and I'm just saying this to all the Shahs, probably with the exception of Shervin, but all y'all need a paycheck. Um, step it up. Step it up. I don't want this to go into a third season. Sorry. Okay. Okay, who are we done with MJ?
Yeah, we're doing MJ.
Okay, who next?
Who's he? Oh, Mike. What do you think? What do you think about Mike?
Mike. Mike's still trying to pick fights. Just stop.
Mm-hmm.
But I did think Reza said something to him at the dinner table was regarding Paulina that he's not allowing Paulina to be there.
Yes, that was at the Friendsgiving.
No, I think he said it again in this episode.
Oh, it was a flashback.
It was a flashback.
It was a flashback because Mike was talking to someone. Was it Gigi about the trust? I want to say it was Gigi.
Mm-hmm.
He's I don't know because oh yes because they got tiramisu and Americanos. They were talking in their scene. And he's like, I don't bring her around because I just don't know who to trust. I feel like people are trying to sabotage my relationship. And they did flashbacks of each instance from the season. They showed the clip of Destiny talking about them at her party, her Halloween party, and then they did another clip. So it was
Mm,
clips.
okay. Um, and then at the dinner, okay, so we're at the Shervin serves dinner, sits down, everybody's eating. We still are talking about people's longevity while having sex. And Reza says, Nima, why are you going back and forth with Mike on this? There's somebody at this table who has had sex with Mike. Why don't you just ask them if he can last 30 to 40 minutes? And Mike was like, shut the F up and sit down. Really?
Yeah,
Mike, do you need to go and get your leather straps and pray a little bit? I don't know.
he just sounds so frustrated with Reza at this point. This is why I think they need to like kind of take a break from each other. I really do
Hmm.
because Reza keeps making those digs, and he needs to just tell Mike, look, I can't be your friend at this point and let it go. So Mike doesn't have any expectations of them moving forward because Reza says he wants to move forward, but he still likes to make those little digs. And I don't know why they put up with that because I'd rather have it a long time ago. I'm like, if this is a game you want to play, let's do it.
But do you
Let's
think
do
it's
it.
a dig though? Because it's the truth. Both Layla and Gigi, he might have smashed.
But not every. I don't think it's the way everyone looked. It didn't seem to be common knowledge. I saw the look on Shervin's face. I saw the look
It
on
has
Nima's
to
face.
be. It has to be because we know. We
Uh,
know. And
I
look how
think
they gossip amongst each other.
okay, I'll give you that, but those are not the type of little digs that you make when your friendship is not in the greatest of places. I'll give you that's probably common knowledge amongst the group, but I think when your friendship is not on the best of grounds, you don't make those little digs because your relationship is already contentious.
I must be more like Reza than I thought because just to have them shut up about who goes longer and who doesn't, I would have said the same thing. Why don't you just ask who's at the table, who's had sex with Mike? Get it over with so that we can sit down and eat this beautiful lamb.
Yeah, then I've been real. Then I've been real. Then me being the messy person I am, especially when I'm mad, attitude, and petty, I'm like, well, Reza, like let's call who you was cheating with Adam with and see how long you last. Let's
And
get
then
them
I'd have
on the
been like,
line.
okay, because you all know we in an open relationship. So hey, let's bring out some Jenga.
But they're but no, but then okay. Let me put it this way: based on what I remember,
Hmm.
they're not. They're monogamous.
Oh, I thought they were in an open relationship.
They're claiming monogamy. Everyone else is saying their relationship is open.
Yeah, but I don't believe him when he says that they're monogamous.
Right. But we don't believe them. But what they're putting out there, what they're saying is like we're monogamous.
Uh-uh. Too many people on around this place now is in these open relationships. I believe the rest of the team when they say they have an agreement.
Oh, most definitely. And the only reason why it became a thing, the only reason why it became a thing is because Adam got sloppy.
Well, I think that Reza had to have that agreement in place with Adam in order to marry him. Because remember, the first wedding, Reza canceled at the last minute, and it was after that massive bachelor party where he was like, playing with all the boy toys there. I think he realized that he couldn't go into it because he did not want a monogamous situation. And that's what Adam was pushing for. So when the second marriage came up, I think Reza spoke to Adam and was like, look, I have needs. You want to get married. Um, you have to give me a concession. I'll marry you, but I need to like still check out my options.
But the
And
thing
Adam
is
was so
though,
desperate to get married, he agreed to it.
if that were the case, then Reza really wouldn't got mad at Naked Jenga. Sorry.
I think he got mad at Naked Jenga because Adam was sloppy. That was a personal agreement between them two, and he almost let the cat out of the bag. Reza wasn't controlling the narrative.
Mm, and he don't like Ali anyway, so that could have been a second
Yeah.
thing.
I don't think he wanted Ali on the show. I
That I
think
agree
Reza
with.
likes to control the casting in his head. And I don't think, I think Ali was too messy for him, and he's supposed to be the only messy one. Like Ali would have been a challenge to his role on the show. Like you notice, like, are there any other gay men on the show that is in Persian?
Right. That's a fair point.
Reza is trying to protect his spot.
I can go with that.
Hmm. Um, Do you think Gigi wants to be friends with Reza because she plans on cheating on Tommy? No one in the crew is loyal to their spouse. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. What do you think about that, Jamal?
What do you think?
Oh, MJ. Okay, do you
MJ
think
wants to be
MJ?
friends.
Okay, sorry about that, Ablabi. Um,
Mm.
hmm,
So she's
I
getting
think
her
she
fall.
would cheat whether or not she friends.
Yeah, I think what it is, I think Reza's so connected, he probably knows everyone that if she cheats, he would know about it, and he she wants him on her side, so she don't run back spilling
Mm-hmm.
the beans to Tommy.
I don't know. Oh God. All right, so who next?
Gigi.
Okay, so Gigi put together the whole trip. I'm glad. They're not in the middle of the woods in tents. I'm glad because I think she did that last time she planned a trip, right? She took them out
Yes,
camping.
and complained the whole time, but yes.
Hmm. Um, and then her conversation with Reza. And then at the dinner table when they were arguing back and forth again, and she just screamed, and everyone stopped. Like I've noticed like Golnesa has taken on a new authoritative role in this group, and I'm loving it. I love it.
It's because she's like
Kudos to
she,
her.
but she's done the work on herself, so and it's her trip, so I think
Hmm.
I get it.
Hmm. Debbie. I am hungry. Okay. Anyone? Did you want to say anything about London, or did we already touch on her?
I mean, we already touched on London. Yeah, she talks too much sometimes, but Resident had to come at her like that, and I'm glad she stood her ground. And for me, with her, since she is a life coach and she is a professional, I felt like she really held back on him because
Hmm.
she was really trying to remain calm. Cause I really felt like she wanted to snap on him, but she didn't.
Hmm.
You could tell when somebody's like really holding, because she's like, like I don't appreciate that. Like I bet you if she was not on camera, she'd have let him have it or body slammed him, one or the other.
Mm.
Cause
Okay.
London, like she works out like she a strong girl. Just saying.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Remember Reza got into it with the gay Persian neighbor boy Adam brought home in season 3, 4, and it caused a rift between him and Mike. Wait, I think I do remember that. I think I do. Oh, Ryan, good catch. Yeah, he doesn't want anybody challenging his gay Persian slot on this show. Um, Child. Okay, I would have been there if I knew, and only she could have died. Wow. Yep. Yep. But again, that's something I think Reza has to live with.
Mhm.
That he let his friend down in her
Yes.
time of need at like a pivotal moment in her life, the birth of her child, and she had a near death experience. So he got to live with that. He ain't gonna get over that.
I mean, I don't think you.
Yes.
I don't think it's possible to get over that because you. It's just you can't let arguments get in the way of the big stuff, and that's just my take on it because
Hmm.
you knew she was having complications. You knew her pregnancy was high risk in the first place.
Hmm.
So knowing those two things, you have to show up, Like I
Hmm.
said, even if she don't want you there, or even if you think she doesn't want you there, you show up.
Hmm. Yeah, and make her kick you out, or
Yes,
make Tommy kick you out.
exactly.
But nobody can say you ain't been there and you wasn't hauled out by security.
E- Exactly.
Okay. Do we want to give Shervin like MVP status for preparing a Persian delight that made me look at my own dinner and go, girl, what?
And he drove part of the way too. We have to remember that.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Yes. After the fast food restaurant.
Mhm.
Stop, sorry. Um, kudos to Layla for driving the RV halfway, and then Shervin for taking over, and then coming straight in and commandeering that kitchen.
Like he was giving orders, and I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously,
Yeah.
and he, and I haven't seen on this on the show yet until now. He said, "Look, here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to touch all the raw meat. You're going to do this." I'm like, that's how you do it.
Mhm. Yep.
That way, you're not cross contaminating anything and killing folks.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and thank God they didn't let MJ in that kitchen
Mm-mm.
because I was salivating over this food. They didn't let her serve it. Then, girl, just sit down. We're gonna bring you a plate. Yay.
Exactly.
Is to play referee. Shervin is to play referee. Hmm. At the beginning, I think he was just very standoffish. He would show up for 5 minutes and leave. With this episode, I thought that he was participating more and not scared to be authoritative, which is what
Right.
I want to see, even as a part-time player, you know?
No, I agree with you. He's important to the group, even though he's not full time.
Mm-hmm. He is. He is. And I'm glad that him and Gigi are on a better footing because I didn't quite understand what was going on there, but if they can move past it, I'm all good. I'm here for the enlightened Gigi. Um did we get everybody? I think we did, right?
We got everybody.
Including the minor characters. This was a okay. Half of the episode was good.
Yes, yes. They for me, I'm not sure if it's the same for you, but for me, they really could have started this episode with them meeting up to get on the RV.
On the bus, yes.
They could have started that episode there.
Yes, they could have. But I guess the rest, so it was half filler, half semi decent.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So the
this
drive
was
was hilarious. That drive
yes,
had me rolling because when she
yes.
hit them brakes, like telling them to be quiet.
Oh, and I saw on Instagram that Reza was posting videos of them singing like old time songs. I guess it was it 80s or 90s. They were
Oh,
singing songs. I was like, this was cute. Like it wasn't all arguments because
right.
it was a 7 hour trip. I think somebody said it was a
Seven,
7 hour
7
trip,
hours.
and they weren't always fighting on the bus. They were like singing old songs together and having fun. Um, which gave it a different perspective for me, which I was grateful for because nobody wants to be on a bus for 7+ hours arguing.
No.
Not gonna happen. I'm gonna go home. They pretended to be monogamous. They,
See, told you, told you. Out there, out there fronting, out there fronting and frauding. Come on now.
oh my god. Okay, so this was Shahs of Sunset, season 9, episode 11, Shenanigans. I'm gonna need this season to wrap up though. Is
Yeah,
it just me?
I'm with you on that
I
one.
need this season to wrap up. Like, I was so happy when Karma, not happy, but like Karma had a nice short season, 9 episodes, in and out and done. And I was like, yay. Um, turns out Adam is the bigger player. I wouldn't be surprised. It's
Me
always
neither.
them nerdy boys. Mm-mm-mm. So yeah, like I don't want Shaw's to be dragging on. I'm done. Like after when we come back from the redwoods, wait, and the redwoods are up by you, right?
Yes,
It's that forest with the big trees.
right.
Okay. All right. So now I know where they're at. I needed your confirmation. Bingo. Either needs to wrap up something needs to happen because this season's dragging. Oh, Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah. There's been nothing big yet. Like nothing, no real big revelations. No, like it's just like it started off with like, okay, this is gonna be the storyline with Paulina and Mike. What's going on? And that just went away. Like literally just went away.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. If this season concludes with Reza meeting baby Shams and Tommy doing a complete turnaround, or even if MJ goes behind Tommy back and Let's Reza meets Baby Shams, I'm going to be a little disappointed because that's not how I want to see that resolved. I want it done in off season with no cameras, and y'all come back fresh with different storylines next season.
Right. I
Because
can
the
go with
way
that.
how y'all have built this up already, there's no way there could be a real resolution to this by the end of the season.
No.
So get your act together off season. I feel like 7 hours is a full commitment for this crew. Fully understanding though, because I need to be 100 with someone before I'm locked in a vehicle with you for that long. Yes, Nisi.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like
You need
next
that.
week.
I agree because that's a long time to be in a enclosed space with somebody.
Oh, next week Paulina's gonna insert some drama into the trip via Destiny's
Right.
phone.
Mhm.
Ciao.
That was the clip.
Well, she needs a storyline.
I mean, she really does. I mean, Destiny, baby Kim's like, what's really going on here?
Crazy Cat Mama, I've already seen the Redwoods. It was on a drunken trip to Sausalito from San Francisco. I just wanted to make sure I was in the same place as they were. And you are not a stalker. You're too nice and cute to be a stalker. Bye followers primes. Hold on. Uh, okay. Can you block that, Jamal?
Oops, sorry. Where?
W Quat Lantis 729.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Thank you. We don't normally have to do that, but we need our chats to be constructive and about the show. I saw that probably at the end of the episode, though, we'll have to wait another week to see it play out. Oh, y'all catching on to the shady Bravo editing. Oh, while in the woods. No, girl. Crazy Cat Mama, that is not fun being stalked in nobody's woods. I am not Little Red Riding Hood. Okay, Mike and Paulina is mirroring his marital problems with Jessica. Um, yes, he's just playing out the same storyline that he had with Jessica.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
sorry.
recycle.
I'm not sure why I can't block it from this, but
It's
whatever.
because it's on Twitch. It's fine.
Oh, it's Twitch? Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Let's see. What else y'all got to say? Love you too, Crazy Cat Mama. Hey, Dorothy. Stranger Gigi is the voice of reason. Yes, 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 Steven. But I'm liking it. She
Yeah,
grew up on this show, and I love it. You know, biggest progression, and like my Jamal says, she's done the work. You know, what are you going to do? She's done the work. All right, guys, leave your comments below. Thank you so much for the likes, and we appreciate it. On the replay crew, give us some likes too. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, notification bell, follow us on Twitter and on IG. Any final thoughts on this episode, Jamal?
no, but I am in agreement with you. I would like this season to be over soon, simply because it's been a little disjointed, so the storylines don't flow together. So this was an off season for Shahs, in my opinion, and it can
Mm,
go now.
yeah, it can go. No worries. Okay, guys. Jamal, until next time.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye.